Dear friends, this reflection is for Monday, June 11. The readings are Acts of the Apostles, chapter 16, verses 11 to 15, and St. John's Gospel, chapter 15, verse 26, and chapter 16, verse 4a. The readings reveal that God works powerfully through open hearts, courageous witness, and the quiet guidance of the Holy Spirit. In Acts of the Apostles, St. Paul arrives in Philippi and meets Lydia, a woman whose heart was opened by God to receive the message of Christ. Lydia was not simply listening with her ears, she listened with faith, humility, and readiness for transformation. Her conversation became more than a personal experience. It changed her household and opened her home to the mission of the church. This passage reminds us that when we allow God to touch our hearts, our lives naturally become places of welcome, service, and generosity. Lydia's story also teaches us that God often works in ordinary and unexpected places. The gospel did not first spread in Europe through grand temples or powerful rulers, but besides a river in a quiet prayer gathering. God chose a businesswoman with an open heart to begin something new. This challenges us to stop looking only for dramatic sign of God's presence. Sometimes God is already moving in the small conversations, quiet prayers, and hidden acts of kindness that we easily overlook. The Lord continues to open hearts today, just as He opened Lydia's heart, and He invites us to be attentive to His voice. In the Gospel of St. John, Jesus prepares His disciples for opposition and suffering. He promises them the advocate, the Holy Spirit, who will strengthen them and guide them in truth. Jesus is realistic about the challenges of discipleship. Following Him will not always bring comfort or acceptance. There will be moments when standing for truth, love, justice, and faith may lead to rejection or misunderstanding. Yet Jesus assures His followers that they will never be abandoned because of the Holy Spirit will remain with them as a counselor, as strength, and guide. These readings become deeply practical in our daily lives. Like Lydia, we are called to cultivate hearts that are open and attentive to God. A distracted, proud, or closed heart cannot fully receive His grace. We must create moments of silence, prayer, and reflection where God can speak to us. At the same time, like the disciples, we are called to remain faithful even when faith becomes difficult. The Holy Spirit gives courage not only to preach publicly, but also to live with integrity, forgive others, defend truth, and love people in a world often marked by division and fear. The greatest lesson from these readings is that faith is never meant to remain private. Lydia reopened through hostility and service. The disciples responded through courageous witness. Genuine faith always produces action. When the Holy Spirit truly works within us, our words, choices, relationships, and priorities begin to reflect Christ more clearly. God does not simply asks us to believe in Him. He asks us to become living witnesses of His love in the world. The meditation question for us for today is my heart truly open to the guidance of the Holy Spirit? And how is my faith becoming visible through the way I welcome, I serve, and I witness to others? God bless you.